Welcome to the video on mutual information. So in today's class, we will be looking at what is meant by mutual information. So what is this mutual information? Let us have a quick brief through to whatever we have known so far. So we have been discussing about the channel information, the discrete channel information, which will be predicted in the form of the conditional probabilities and the joint probability of the symbol looking from the input side and also from the output side. So having said that, the channel information can be evaluated in terms of certain entropies functions and then what we call it as equivocation. So we have seen the three parameters which are corresponding to the entropy functions. The first one is priori entropy, where we are going to evaluate the entropy of the input symbols, where it is denoted by h of a, which is nothing but the source entropy, summation I running from 1 to r, p of symbol ai multiplied by log to the base 2 of 1 over the probability of the symbol ai, where the unit is bits per message symbol. So this is the first parameter that we have seen, which measures the entropy or the what we call it as an uncertainty that is involved in the transmission of a symbol from the transmitter section. So the second one is the posteriori entropy, which is also known as conditional entropy. So this conditional entropy is an entropy which is observed from the output side, where we are going to measure what is the uncertainty in mapping the output symbol bj to any one of the input symbol a1 to ar. So this is measured as in terms of summation I running from 1 to r, p of ai given bj into log to base 2 of 1 over the probability of receiving bj, probability of suspecting ai given that bj is received. So this is one such parameter which gives us the measurement of the uncertainty in mapping the output symbol to one of the input symbols. So this is the posteriori probability. The third one is what we call it as equivocation. So equivocation is a sort of the average of all the above conditional probability against which is averaged against all the output symbols. So this can be written as h of a given b, which is the mean value of all possible conditional entropies for all the output symbols bj. So this can be written as summation j running from 1 to s p of bj multiplied by the conditional probability h of a given bj. So this in final expression h of a given b is written as summation I running from 1 to r, summation j running from 1 to s, p of ai given p of ai comma bj into log to base 2 of 1 over p of ai given bj. So this expression we have seen in the previous classes, where this represents the joint probability of occurrence of the events ai and bj. So this is the joint probability of events ai and bj. So this is the expression for equivocation. So what is this equivocation is going to tell us is, it is going to measure the average amount of information that is lost whenever I transmit an symbol ai and obtain a symbol bj on the output side. So equivocation is the measurement of uncertainty when the symbols are transmitted over the channel, and it represents the amount of information lost due to the noise with respect to any of the output symbol. So if I consider an output symbol called bj, then it is going to help me in measuring what is the amount of information that is lost in obtaining that symbol, given that that is received, and that information that is lost when I map that symbol to one of the input symbols. Likewise, this equivocation can also be measured in terms of the input side, where given an input signal, if bj, if that can be mapped to one of the output signals, then it is measured in terms of h of b given a, where that is found by making use of summation j running from 1 to s, summation I running from 1 to r, p of the conditional probability p of bj comma ai into log to base 2 of 1 over p of bj given ai. So this is the another equivocation, which is the measurement of information about the receiver. So this is the information that is given with respect to the output received and the information that is provided by the provided about the transmitter section, whereas this is the information about the receiver, and this is the information about the transmitter. So this is the information of transmitter given an output signal. This is the information of receiver given an input signal. So having known these three parameters, we are going to arrive at the actual topic of discussion, which is mutual information. So what is this mutual information? Whenever I transmit a input symbol over the channel with certain conditional probabilities or equivocation, the uncertainty in the transmission will be considered, and some of the informations are lost due to this uncertainty. So this lost amount of information is going to be can be measured in terms of what is called as equivocation. So the total information that is arrived at the receiver is measured as I of a comma b, which is nothing but h of the information content in the actual symbols on the source, and subtracted with the equivocation part of the average information that is lost or the uncertainty during the transmission. So this expression is what we call it as the mutual information. We will see why it is called as mutual information, but this is the information that will be available on the receiver. This is also called as trans information of the channel. So we will see by representing or expressing the equation in their full form, that is I of a comma b, expanding the HA in terms of the input symbols. It can be written as summation I running from 1 to r p of ai into log to base 2 of 1 over p of ai, subtracted by the summation I running from 1 to r, summation j running from 1 to s, p of ai comma bj into log to base 2 of 1 over p of ai given bj. So this is what we know. So let us do some slight manipulation. Since we have the conditional probability and the double summation over here, we are going to slightly modify this first statement by in order to bring in the similar kind of an expression involving the joint probability and also the double summation. So what I do, I'll multiply a scalar quantity 1, and in place of 1 we are going to substitute the summation j running from 1 to s, the probability of bj given ai. So we know that whenever we are trying to evaluate the probability with which an input symbol AI, its appearance on the output side, when we take the probability that AI can be mapped to one of the output symbols, it all sums up to the value equal to 1. So therefore I can write the information as summation I running from 1 to R and multiplied by, inside the summation P of AI, in place of 1 I am going to write summation j running from 1 to s P of Bj given AI into log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI subtracted by summation I running from 1 to R summation j running from 1 to s P of the joint probability P of AI comma Bj into log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI given Bj. So this expression is obtained. So now we will simplify this further. So I'm going to take this summation with respect to j onto the extreme left. So this is 1 to s. So this becomes P of AI multiplied by P of Bj given AI into log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI minus summation I running from 1 to R, j running from 1 to s, P of AI given Bj into log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI given Bj. So this is the expression that I am going to get. We know that this product of P of the conditional probability Bj given AI multiplied by P of AI, this is nothing but the joint probability of the event AI comma Bj. So we will further simplify this expressions. So I'll take all the summations in common, and you can see this expression and this expressions are common and the summations are common. So I'm going to write the simplified expression over here where the summation and then joint probability is taken care, and I'll write the common, the rest out factor, which is log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI. This side I am going to consider this subtracted by log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI given Bj. This negative sign will be taken care by reciprocating the second term here. Summation I running from 1 to R, summation j running from 1 to s, P of AI comma Bj. This can be written as log to base 2 of 1 over P of AI plus log to base 2 of P of AI given Bj. So this is the modification. This negative sign is taken care by reciprocating the term within the logarithm. So log A plus log B can be written as log of A multiplied by B. So this is summation I running from 1 to R, summation j running from 1 to s, P of AI comma Bj can be expressed as log to base 2 of P of AI given Bj divided by P of AI. Since the terms here are involving mostly so here we are seeing three different types of probabilities that are coming into picture. One is the joint probability term. The second one is the conditional probability term, and the third one is the priori probability. So these are the three different types of probabilities that are coming into picture. So what we will do to make the evaluation of the information very simple, so we are trying to obtain an expression for I of A comma B. Let us make the expressions even more simple by making the probabilities should be of similar in type. To do so, we will do the slight modification. We know that the joint probability P of A comma AI comma Bj can be either expressed as probability of AI given Bj multiplied by P of Bj, or I can also write this as P of Bj given Ai multiplied by P of Ai. Now I have P of Ai given Bj. So what I can write this as is, so I'm going to write the summation I running from 1 to R, j running from 1 to S, P of Ai comma Bj. So this logarithmic expression within the logarithm, I am going to write this P of Ai given Bj as P of Ai comma Bj divided by P of Bj, and I still have P of Ai as is. So let me write that term also. So I first, let me write in the denominator P of Ai, and Ai given Bj is expressed as P of Ai comma Bj divided by P of Bj. So this is the most simplified expression of I of A comma B. So now what we will do is that this is measured in terms of bits per message symbol. So this is what is the information that is obtained when I am transmitting a symbol called Ai and obtaining an output called as Bj. Now what if I am going to look from the receiver side and I am trying to measure the information that is obtained given that I have transmitted in Ai and obtained the output called Bj. So the information content, what I am trying to do is, now I am trying to measure the information from the receiver side. Given that I have received a symbol Bj, what is the information present in that? So by interchanging, what we are doing is just interchanging the elements. Wherever it is A, I am interchanging it with B. So interchanging A to B, we can get this as summation j running from 1 to S, summation I running from 1 to R, P of Bj comma Ai, the joint probability of the event Bj comma Ai into log of P of Bj comma Ai divided by P of Bj multiplied by P of Ai. So this is what is the expression. But we know that I of B comma A, this remains as is. Summation can be reversed without any problem that is caused within the summation terms. So this can be, order of summation can be interchanged. We know that the joint probability P of Bj comma Ai is exactly the same thing as P of Ai comma Bj, because it is mere the probability of the intersection of the events Ai and Bj. So therefore this can be expressed as Ai comma Bj, and similarly in the logarithmic terms also I can write this as P of Ai comma Bj divided by Ai. I am writing this term first and Bj comma Bj term as a second one in the denominator without changing anything. So you can see here, even after interchanging the terms, we can see that I of B comma A and I of A comma B has the same expression. That means undoubtedly I can write I of A comma B is equal to I of B comma A. So this is the reason why, whether the information is measured from the amount of information, whether it is measured from the transmitter side or whether it is received or it is measured from the receiver side, in both the ways the information content remains exactly the same. That is the reason why this is called as mutual information. The reason behind calling this as mutual information is because no matter from which end we are observing or measuring the information content, it remains exactly the same. But you need to remember that I of A comma B is equal to the transmitted entropy minus the equivocation H of B given A, whereas I of B comma A is nothing but H of B, that is entropy of the output symbols, subtracted by the equivocation, that is H of A given B. Sorry, this is sorry about that. The information A comma B is H of A minus h of equivocation A given B, and I of B comma A is nothing but h of B subtracted by the equivocation h of B given A. So this is what is the change that we will observe. So since we know I of A comma B is same as I of B comma A, let us equate the terms which are written in terms of entropies. H of A minus H of A given B is equal to H of B minus H of B given A. So let me write this as H of B plus H of A given B is equal to H of A plus H of B given A. So I have written in this form. The terms now we have obtained here is this term, we call it as the joint entropy, which is nothing but H of B comma A, and this one is H of A comma B. So these are called as the joint entropy. So we have obtained the mutual information, and we have expressed the mutual information looking from the transmitter side and also the receiver side. We have equated those two, and we have obtained also that the joint entropies are both the same, whether I am looking from the transmitter section or from the receiver section. So H of A comma B expression can be written as H of A comma B is nothing but the summation I running from 1 to R P of AI into log of 1 over P of AI plus summation I running from 1 to R summation J running from 1 to S P of AI comma Bj into log of 1 over P of Bj given AI. So this will be the expression for the H of A comma B. By doing certain manipulation, we can arrive this. The manipulation will be similar to the one that we have done at the beginning. So where we have multiplied a scalar quantity called as 1, and then we have replaced with the conditional probability, and we have expressed it as double summation and all that. We are going to write also the expression. We are going to bring in this joint probability also in the first expression. So by doing all that manipulation, H of A comma B can be expressed as in terms of double summation, that is I running from 1 to R, J running from 1 to S, P of AI comma Bj into log of 1 over P of AI comma Bj. So this is the simplest expression that we are going to get, and also measured in terms of bits per message symbol. So this is another measurement which is going to give us an idea about what is the uncertainty that is involved in the events AI and Bj occurring together. So this is what we call it as joint entropy. So from the above expression, from these two expressions, H of B given A, the conditional entropy is nothing but H of B minus I of B comma A, or this can also be written as H of B minus I of A comma B, because I of B comma A is same as I of A comma B. So substituting this, H of A plus H of B minus I of A comma B is equal to H of A comma B. So this is what we are going to obtain by substituting this expression. Let me name this as equation 2 in the equation 1, where we had mentioned about the joint entropy, that is H of A comma B. So let me name this as expression 1, where expression 1 is H of A comma B is equal to H of A plus H of B given A. This was the expression. Now what we have written is, we have expressed the conditional entropy in terms of the joint entropy and also the posteriori entropy. So H of A, not posteriori, the symbol entropy on the output side. This H of B given A is written as H of B minus the information A comma B. So this is the joint the conditional, the joint entropy H of A comma B expressed in terms of priori entropy and then entropy at the output minus the information content. So this can be visualized in terms of entropy functions, where the entropy of the source is expressed as one set. So this is a Venn diagram which is going to help us in visualizing the entropy relations, where this circle represents the entropy of the source, this represents the entropy of the output, then this the uncommon area, that is of the source, is nothing but H of A given B, and the uncommon area on the output section is nothing but H of B given A, and the intersection part is going to represent what is known as I of A comma B. That is, both the events A and B occurring together is going to give us some information, and that information is contained within the intersection, and this entire thing is nothing but the joint entropy H of A comma B. So this is the visualization of the mutual information or the joint entropy. Some of the properties related to mutual information. So let us see the properties of mutual information. Properties of mutual information. So what is mutual information? Mutual information is nothing but I of A comma B, which is expressed as in terms of the priori entropy and then the conditional entropies. So the first property here is, for the mutual information, we have already seen that it is I of A comma B is equal to I of B comma A. The second property is that the mutual information is always a non-negative number because it is measured in terms of bits per message symbol. So I of A comma B is always greater than or equal to 0. So there are proofs for this. If you are interested, you can go through the proofs. And the third property is that I of A comma B is equal to H of B minus H of B given A. It can be expressed in terms of the output entropy of the channel output also. So that is H of B minus H of B given A. The fourth property is that the mutual information is related to joint entropy, of the channel, as the one we have already seen, that is I of A comma B is nothing but H of A plus H of B minus H of A comma B. So which is quite obvious. You can see it over here in the Venn diagram itself. The I of A comma B is H of A plus H of B minus the joint entropy of the system. That is what gives us the mutual information of the system. So these are the four properties that is corresponding to the mutual information. So this is it. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you.